Adrian Soto. Mr. Woodard, it's been a long time since we've seen you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before we begin, I do have letters I've shown to the state if I can provide them to the court.
Let me read this very quickly. No, they're not.
Here we go. Adrian Soto facing multiple felony pleas. Right away, notice how the judge walks through each charge like a checklist. This isn't small stuff. Burglary with intent to assault and assaulting a security officer. That's already a recipe for serious prison time.
All right. And my understanding, he entered a plea in 2 cases. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right. The court is calling 2020 CR 2993 and 2023 CR 043W, State of Texas versus Adrian Soto. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ruben Herrera for the state.
Defense?
David Andre Woodard from Mr. Soto.
Are you Mr. Soto?
Yes.
And cause number 2020 CR 2998. You enter a plea of no contest to burglary of a habitation with intent to commit assault. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at 8 years in the prison, and the state is opposing your application. And cause number 2020 CR 3661, you entered a plea of no contest to the offense of assault, bodily injury of a security officer. According to your plea bargaining agreement, the state is requesting that punishments be assessed at 8 years in the prison. They're opposing your applications. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state? Defense?
I have, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No objection.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses, state?
None from the state.
Defense?
No, Your Honor, aside from the letters that are provided to the
All right. And for the record, the court has reviewed the letters that have been presented. The court will hear arguments, state?
Your Honor, based on the defendant's criminal history, he did pick up these felony cases as well as the multiple misdemeanors that are also pending involving the same family. The defendant's conduct is escalating and continues to terrorize the family, including the complainants on this case, as well as her brother, her children, and her mother. And the burglary for habitation, burglary to a habitation case, defendants alleged to have entered the house through a open window or through an unlocked window and grabbed the child from where he was sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's shown a disregard for the safety and welfare of the complainant as well as the children in the household. And it's the state's fear that if the defendant were granted probation, he would continue to contact the family and continue to violate any no contact orders that would be entered. I would believe that the only way to ensure the safety and the welfare of the complainants are to sentence the defendant to the prison.
This detail is chilling. The state says he broke into a home through a window at 3 a.m. and grabbed a sleeping child. Think about how terrifying that must have been for the family. No wonder the prosecution is pushing hard for prison over probation.
Defense?
Judge, I reviewed the PSI and also talked to Mr. Soto this morning regarding the impact statement as provided in the PSI, and I've asked him, since this incident, have he had any contact with the complainants? And since the incident, he stayed away from them. He does have 2 children with the young lady. He hasn't seen the children because of this incident, but he has not gone around them or their household. So I think he's shown that he can stay away from them. I don't think he needs prison to stay away from them. Since he's been on bond, since these cases have been pending, he stayed away from that family. Also, Judge, if you look at his prior history, he does not have any convictions for misdemeanors or felonies. He's 25, he is working, he has support, he has family members here in court with him this morning, he has the letters that were provided to him. I think when we pled on the case, Judge, the court asked him if he was experiencing any substance abuse issues at the time of the offense. He was truthful with the court. He said, yes, Judge, I was under the influence. I also asked him this morning if the court did testing, how would he come up? And he explained to me he would come up negative. He has not been using any type of substances since he's been on on bond since these cases have been pending. He's working as a painter. He's not on child support for the children, but he is willing to place himself on child support so he can start contributing to their well-being. Also, Judge, the TAP evaluation, I noticed that it is recommending inpatient treatment. If the court did grant his application for deferred, we would ask the court to first see how he does in intensive outpatient treatment, because he's shown that he.
The defense is trying to flip the narrative here, painting Soto as a young father, steady worker, drug-free since the arrest with family support. Classic mitigation strategy, basically asking the court to see potential instead of danger. But will it land?
He can stay drug-free, but I do think he would need some assistance with that. Even though he's been doing it since he's been on bond, we would ask the court, if the court did grant his application for deferred, to place him in intensive outpatient treatment prior to placing him in inpatient treatment. He accepted responsibility for both offenses. He pled to these cases, and now we're here before the court asking the court to grant his applications for deferred.
All right, so this is the court's issue. And not really an issue, but these are things that I think of. All right, so he has a felony offense, and I'm assuming this is being taken in consideration, the violation of an order, protective order. That's from December 31st, 2019. The burglary that he pled to is from December 27th, 2019. So let me go in order. So he has a continuous violence case that's December 14, 2018. I'm not saying it's true because nobody pled to that, but that's what he's charged with. Then after that, you would think something would click. Hey, I just got arrested, because I know he would have gotten arrested on that and made bond, and he would have gotten an attorney. So you would have thought that something would have clicked with that. But what ends up happening is on December 27, 2019, he picks up this burglary. Then you would have thought something clicked with that. But then what ends up happening? He picks up the violation of the court order or bond order or protective order on December 31st, 2019. And you would have thought that it would have been like, hey, I need to be on my P's and Q's because.
And here's the judge breaking it down like a timeline of bad decisions. Arrest after arrest, violation after violation. Judges love patterns. And in this case, the pattern screams escalation. That's bad news for Soto's chances at probation.
I picked up all these felonies. I understand relationships, and sometimes people don't love each other anymore and they have children and they got to make it work for the children, or they got to stay respectful to each other because they got to raise children together. And as everybody know, even though people say, we only need to be with each other for 18 years, but people know sometimes you need to be with certain children till they're like 25 or 30. I understand that. But then what ends up happening? He ends up picking up another case that he pled to, which is the assault case, on September 17th, 2022. So he has some issues. And I don't think that probation at this time is appropriate for him. Is he on GPS?
He is, Judge, and since he's been on GPS, he has not violated the GPS.
Oh, because he's on GPS because of this. And I'm not the judge who gave him probation for continuing to pick up cases. Some other judge did that. And the only thing I came back to do was probably add the GPS so that everybody would know where he was. So I'm not inclined to give him probation. I'm not going to give him probation. I'm going to sentence him, and I will retain jurisdiction. So in cause number 2020 CR 2998, court will find you guilty. Court will sentence you to 5 years prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2023 CR 0463W Taking in consideration 2022 CR 3661, 2021 CR 30.
There it is, the gavel drop. No probation, straight prison time. 5 years, concurrent across cases. For Soto, that's years of his life locked away. For the victims, it's at least a temporary sense of safety.
086, night mag number 679462. The following county court cause numbers: 634960, 6048888, 630200, 634987, 634989. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Augustine Olvera, Olvera, Elvira Olvera, Galilea, Gaillilea, Olivera, and John Mello, Mellow. Give you credit for any time served. And that cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and also affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. And cause number 2023 CR 0436W, court is finding you guilty, sentencing you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2020 CR 2998. There's to be no contact with Bentley, Bentley, Beer, Ber, Garden. Court will give you credit for any time served. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. I'll retain jurisdiction.
Both cases, Judge?
Yes. Sometimes, it is about it's always about rehabilitation, but it's also about protecting the community, and it's also about punishment. Sometimes people think the justice system isn't about punishment, but really, all these cases, there's an air of punishment involved, but hopefully rehabilitation. I know you probably think this is the end of the world. I came in here, I'm going to prison, but you're young. You still have a chance to get your life together. Please don't go to prison.
And listen closely here. The judge actually gives a mini life lecture. It's part punishment, part mentorship. Rehabilitation matters, but protect the community first. Question for you. Do you think prison will truly reform Soto, or just harden him further?
And get a bunch of tattoos. Because you're clean shaven now, please let it stay that way, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.